So
you'll do amazing.
good evening. Hello, Ms. Karen. Good evening, everybody. This is Lori Charette, Pro 7 out of Denver, Colorado. And we're coming to you tonight with our Sunday leadership training. And we have an amazing guest with us tonight, a secret guest, who's going to really cool information about our True Science hair care line. And it's going to be fun to hear the credentials that she has to share the information that she knows. And so you're going to have a good time hearing that, and it's going to give you a little bit more armor to understand the beauty of what we have with our True Science hair care system. So I'm going to make sure that I mute everybody here and continue. And then I'm going to share my computer screen because I'm going to talk about taking control of your business, okay? I kind of just mentioned a second ago, some people may not like to hear that, get a little bit serious, right? And maybe shed a little bit of light that could be helpful for you as well, okay? So let me do this here and get started here. So the theme is take control of your business. And how many of you guys have heard the saying, we will help, but you build your business? So not we will help you build your business, we will help you build your business. And so the way that I want to approach that this evening is that, you guys, when we took ownership, when we signed up for LifeVantage, I want you to get out of your head that you signed up, that you joined a thing, one of those things, okay? What I want you to do is change your mindset. So whether you're a new distributor or if you've been partnered up with the company, I want you to take ownership as a business owner and understand that you just purchased the keys as if it was a brick and mortar store or any other type of business. You just took ownership of a multi-million-dollar business. And knowing that and understanding that, it's going to change how you build your business, what your thought process is, what your expectations are, and what your work ethic is going to be. So if we understand this is my business, let's say I opened up a store in a strip mall. And once I have done that, am I looking to my neighbors to come over and build my business? Do I have expectations that if I have a good day or a bad day, that was because of my neighbors over on the other side? It isn't. Likewise, if I had a bad day in my business, as a business owner, what am I going to do? I'm going to get creative, right? I'm going to try to figure out what happened today so I can make it better tomorrow. I'm not going to give up. Why would I give up, right? 9 times out of 10, we've got a pretty substantial financial tie to that business, right? A financial responsibility to that business. We don't give up. And you'll hear them say that the entry level into our business here with LifeVantage is too low because people don't take it serious enough. We don't have enough skin in the game to make us keep pushing to get the value out of that investment that we put in. So I really am hoping to get a different shift of a mindset of understanding what we have in our hands, that we are partnered up with this company, but it is 1,000% our business. And so it is our responsibility, and we need to take ownership for how we're building that business. So that means that we need to understand what are our business hours, right? What is our the hours of operation, 4 hours, so to speak. So because we are a network marketing company and there's all that flexibility there, sometimes we don't set the schedules that we need to set. There's such a good side and a downside to be a network marketing. You know, the good side is the flexibility, but the downside is we're not holding ourselves accountable, right? Same thing as we don't have a boss, but now we're not tied to somebody with expectations that we need to be there, we need to do this, and we need to do that. And so you do have to learn how to be proactive yourself, understand what you have. And so that first line, it's your decision, it's your legacy. And that's where your why comes in. Your why comes in because what is going to make you get up and go in and turn on the lights to be open for business? Okay. So I've got on here, it's one of those things, it's not one of those things. So many of us come on board with the company and that's what we're thinking. I joined one of those things, good or bad. I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just saying that's the mentality that we have. And because of that, we operate that way, we treat it that way. And what I want you to know is that that is going to be reflected to your team and to the prospects that you talk to. However, if we understand that we have a business, a multi-million-dollar business that we opened up, and we understand that with every sense of the word, what is your posture going to be? I mean, we talk about the posture with our invite, but if we take the posture and understanding what our business is, how much stronger are you going to be when you're sharing and talking about your business and to other people, no matter what it is, whether it's the invite or just talking to them about the business? Are we talking to them because we're working gig? Or are we talking about it because I'm an owner, a business owner of a multi-million-dollar international business? Does that not sound a lot different? Does that not, does it not give you ammo for when you're, when you're talking with other people to realize, the power of what you have on your hands in relation to the growth of this business? So it is massively change your mindset. So it's usually not what other people are thinking. They're thinking what we are reflecting. So it has to change within ourselves first, okay, before we can get somebody else to respect what we have, right? Then we have to respect what we have. Okay, so number 4, it says you hear people say this all the time. The person who is looking to grow is the person that needs to be in control of their business. So that doesn't say I'm controlling, right? It's not that you're controlling your business. It means I'm going to be in control of my business. And so one of the things about that is you need to really understand your back office. And so I know sometimes we have back office training. If you need it, reach out to your team and you ask for it. But going back and looking at what, at the end of the month, what your team is doing as far as who's getting ready to rank advance, what orders are not going out because there's so much money that's left on the table because people aren't paying attention to what orders aren't going out. That's what we mean by being in control of your business. Know your business. Know your team. Know who's on deck. You should be so involved. I know that when I rank advance, whether it was 5, 6, or 7, I knew exactly what was going on in my team with everyone to know who was on deck, to know what the expectations were of what was coming in, because I knew exactly what every area of my business was doing. And so you need to be aware of that. Be in control of your business, okay? So understand where everything is coming from, where it's going, who's on deck. Look at your back office. Make sure that you're writing down on before each auto ship goes out. Write down what your volume is before and then write down what your volume is after, because I promise you, when you're on the edge and you're looking to rank advance, that's going to come in handy for you to know what those numbers are when you can go back and look, so you have an idea of what you can expect, so you know what you need to do beyond that. So those are just some hints on being in control of your business. And I've got in there, what I want to say about that is, and it's going to tie into the next one as well, is I want you guys to, sometimes people are saying or thinking that my business is, I'm in this situation because, and unfortunately, we're blaming our upline or our sideline, our downline. Literally, it could be anybody, right? We're blaming stuff, okay? And the thing is in life, stuff happens. I don't care if you're in LifeVantage or if you're in a traditional business, there's hiccups and there's things and there's people, there's stuff that happens, and it's going to happen here too. But one thing that I do know and what I've seen in what we have is the beauty of what we have, everybody working together. It's fantastic. But I'm trying to think of how I want to say this. Take the time to learn your people. Take your time to learn them, because a lot of times we're making really quick judgment thoughts and decisions, but we're not either taking the time or else picking up the phone and saying, hey, I heard this, is that so, or mean by that. And we're kind of making assumptions, and we're pulling away, or we're creating conflict where it really, really isn't there. And I see that happen a lot, and it's so sad, because really everybody is here to work together. So you have your leaders, whether it's your enroller. The thing about the leaders is that we've got two things. We've got experience and time. So we've kind of been there, done that. And that's what you get by having a team, right? You've got experience, but we're still learning and growing ourselves. Things constantly are changing. We still don't know it all. I myself have never done network marketing, so I'm learning all the time. I have value in 6 years. I have value in experience. I have value because I've been previous business owner with other businesses. So I have something that to bring to the table, but it doesn't mean that I know it, or that I should have expectations of having all the answers, or maybe, I just, a lot of times people are expecting that person to be either all over, bear with me, you guys. They say, who do you reach out to, or who are you working with? It's the ones that are reaching out to you, right? And so we can't reach out to everyone. So taking control of your business, yes, we do this together as a team. So that means reach out. You reach out. Don't wait for them to reach out to you, because they've got how many other teams and how many other people. And sometimes it's really hard to be able to make sure, and we certainly don't want to leave anybody in the cracks. But the reason why we're not sitting around is because people are reaching out, and we're working with the ones that are reaching out. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to put that all together. Taking control of your business means, we do it together as a team. So reach out. Reach out to the people that you need in whether it's coaching, training, if you've got an issue, if you've got questions, that type of thing, pick up the phone and reach out. And so along that line, I also want to say that sometimes there's some misunderstanding. We have leaders, people can step into the leadership role in Pro 3, Pro 4, Pro 5, right? And when they do, I want the others that are 1s and 2s and 3s to realize that when they do that, when they get up there 4 and 5, understand. So the person who rank advances and they get there, when you're new to 4, 5, and 6, you get a little bit nervous. You now have kind of a team underneath you, right? And you get a little bit scared, because it's like, oh my gosh, what are my expectations? What should I be doing? And you're feeling like you should have a bigger hands-on to your team. And sometimes we might overdo it because we're afraid we're not going to do enough, right? Only because we're afraid we're not going to do enough. Now, the person on the other side, who's the 1, 2, 3, or 4, they're seeing it as, they're controlling me, or they're, I don't need another boss. And their mindset is thinking, and they're clashing, right? Whereas they're just in that position. So when that happens, and if you can see it as a leader, if you see that happening in your team before it happens, or as it's starting to happen, reach out on both ends. That 4, 5, and 6 say, I know it must be nervous getting to the top, because it feels like, oh my gosh, I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't want to not do something I should be doing. And we might feel overwhelmed, but truly our role is to make sure that our people are engaged, right? We're their third-party validator, but we're really not there to train them, because there are the 5, 6s, and 7s on up that are doing the training, and then they're showing up for LVA and EA. So it really isn't as a Pro 3, 4, even 5 sometimes. It's not their role to do the training, because there's usually an upline that's doing that training. So if we can let them know that they can take that pressure off, that they feel like they should be doing something a lot more than what they are doing. And so that's why when we get to the Pro 5 Summit, they say, don't get into that management mode. That's why they're saying that. Then on that side, if we can talk to those newbies that feel like they're being pressured, or it's too overwhelming or controlling and I don't need another boss, make sure you reach out to them and say, can you only imagine what that might feel like for that new person? When you get there, what's it going to feel like for you? You're going to feel like, oh my gosh, what should I be doing? And you're going to be afraid that you're not doing enough. Now look at how easy that is as a leader, that we can intervene and talk to them and share both sides to each one of them so they have an understanding, so they're not thinking something that isn't real. And I see that happen a lot, and it's just such an easy fix and a misunderstanding. So we need to take the time just to learn people in general. I don't care if it's LifeVantage, I don't care where it is. Take the time to learn people, because we make these ridiculous assumptions without learning people. And then we realize that's not really what meant. That's not really what they were doing, right? And we're losing a lot of friendships and a lot of connections through that. So that's just a personal tip there. So the flexibility of network marketing, again, it's so nice. We don't have the boss. It's so nice that if life happens, then it allows us to take care of those situations, whether it's an illness, whether there's an accident, whether you have to leave town or whatever it is. This allows us to do that. We don't get fired from our job. It's still here for us. And if you have a team, it continues to build and grow, even though you're doing what you need to do. But I really love at the leadership a week or two ago when Sherry Hollenbach said, do we care? We care with all our heart. Are we compassionate about it? We absolutely are, 1,000%. But what she reminded me is that time does not wait. The wave is coming. And those of us who have been in for a while, we know exactly today looks a lot different than it did 4 years or 6 years or 9 years ago. It's coming. It is like I got butterflies in my stomach. Literally is coming. So time does not wait. We understand, but time does not. And so if you're looking to catch the wave, then put on your business hat and give the dedication and the work ethic that you would to any other job and go to work. Okay? So that is my tidbit there for you guys. And I have got to figure out how to get in here and stop the share. All righty. So I'm going to introduce a special guest. We have Melanie Sarconi. I want to make sure that I'm saying that right. Miss Melanie, she joined LifeVantage back in July of 2018, and she is currently a Pro 4. She's married to Vince Sarconi, and they live in Scottsdale, Arizona. She has a beautiful daughter and 4 gorgeous granddaughters. I'm so jealous. I don't have one. And mama's ready, but they're not ready. She has been in the beauty industry for 38 years and is a licensed cosmetologist in the state of Arizona and Colorado. Let me know when you're coming to Colorado, girl. As well as a licensed cosmetology instructor in the state of Arizona. So we're talking to somebody who knows her stuff, right? And she's going to share the information and the things that she's excited about and her credentials to let you know how she knows what we have on our hands is in fact unique and special. So I'm going to introduce Melanie. It is, and I think you should be able to, I don't think I have to share my screen. I think it should just start working. So I'm going to mute all and you'll need to unmute and then you're good to go.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello. Well, welcome. I am so excited to be here tonight, and I'm really thrilled to share this information with you. As she said, I've been in this beautiful industry for 38 years, And I've been lucky enough to have been able to examine all different elements of it. I was a stylist who wanted to save all the fine-haired people of the world because I kept getting my hair burnt off by chemicals. And I then became a booth renter, and then I became a salon owner in my home. And at that time, I joined a hair loss company that's very reputable that a lot of people know. It was a research laboratory at the time that I joined, and I had the privilege of working with them for 10 years. And through that 10 years of education, I was able to discover a lot of different things that contribute to hair loss. And through that, there are 6 different things. And the first one is genetic. We all know we inherit the ability to lose hair from our mother's side or our father's side. The other one is stress. We're all in stress, and stress constricts the blood vessels, and that's what feeds our hair every single day. And then also our diet. We all know we are what we eat, and fast food is fat food, and a lot of times that plays a huge part in the balance of our body. And then our health problems. Health issues are a big concern. They create an imbalance in the body, and the hair, skin, and nails are the fastest living cells. And so they're affected by that. And then, of course, medications. Every medication that we take, it is secreted back into the scalp by way of the follicle through our oil that we secrete. And so those medications can be very detrimental to the scalp. And then the environment. We all know about the sun and the pollutants and the water that we use. That's really detrimental. So those 6 things, your genetics, what you inherit, the hormones that you produce, because hormones are definitely a big cause of hair loss, whether it's testosterone, estrogen, pseudoestrogens from our environment, and DHT, which is a conversion of testosterone into a toxin that's secreted out onto the scalp. And it's one of the major causes of hair loss in men and women today. So with those 6 things, what's so exciting about LifeVantage is our wonderful new True Science products that came out. They cover just about everything. When you look at the products on the Think Dirty app, which is so cool that we have that now, the cleanser is a 1. And so what that does is it detoxifies our scalp without detergents, without parabens, without preservatives. And that's really, really important when you're talking about the scalp because it is very receptive. And so with that, you're able to remove those oils that are harmful to the scalp. And then you're able to use the wonderful conditioner. That product is the bomb. It actually reconstructs hair like nothing before. And let me tell you a secret. This is something hairdressers don't want you to know. You don't need gels and mousses anymore. You can have body and gorgeous hair. So what does that mean? That means less product. So they're not spending more products, so they can spend their money on a fine product like our True Science. And then let's talk about that wonderful scalp serum. That's just so incredible. And the results that are happening is phenomenal. And when we're talking about the NRF2 pathway that's being opened up with these True Science products, that's so unique in itself. I know the product that I used years ago that I just kicked to the curb when I found this out. So many people have trusted it, and it has been around for many, many years. But it was the cutting edge back in the 80s. This is the cutting edge of today, and True Science is really delivering that, as well as the skincare. I can't believe the skincare. I'm looking younger every day. And that's really what people want, is we want to be able to reduce free radicals on our skin. We're protecting our scalp as well as our skin with these wonderful products that we're using. The one trick I know with hairdressers that I found out when I was working in the salon, when you're trying to remove hair color from the scalp, a lot of times it stains. You don't have that with these products. It easily removes all of the color residue right off of the scalp. And that's what's incredible. So that's just a little product knowledge. The other part that I've been lucky to do is when I worked for that company, I was able to use a microscope. And I was able to examine the follicle at an up close and personal level. And I used to call it planet scalp. And so what we're finding there is the environment of the scalp. And a lot of times you'll see as many as 2 or 3 hairs per follicle. And usually at the front of the hairline, as you move back into the hairline, it's like going to the mountains where the trees are really light at the beginning. And as you get deeper in the forest, you have deeper trees. That's the same way that it is within the scalp. And so these wonderful products, you're able to look and see how many hairs are in that follicle. You're able to see, are there any oil puddles? And some of the clients we've looked at previous to our True Science, they had oil puddles at the base of their follicles. And then after using these products, just after a few short days, no more oil puddles. And those oil puddles are DHT, excessive estrogens, pseudoestrogens, and also all of the toxins that we secrete out of our body. So with that tool, it's been really exciting to see multiple hairs come up within a few days. And really, it's all about the life cycle of the hair. If you can keep that hair in the living stage longer, you're going to have longer, healthier hair. And it's really about the body. The body grows the hair, and these products provide an optimal environment so you can have the best hair you have. I know when I was born bald, and I didn't have hair till I was probably 2. And I was that young girl on the kitchen table getting the tonette with the bouffant that I looked like I was 60 when I was 3. And the next day it was gone because all I had was a cuticle. I didn't have a cortex. And so we damage our hair not knowing what type of hair that we have. And today, in my late 50s, I have the best hair I've ever had, which I could never have said that at a younger age. This is what we all want. We want to look the very best and have the very best. And LifeVantage has given that to me, as well as to all of us women that are out there. And we haven't even scratched the surface with this product. We really haven't.
Oh my gosh. Boy, when we said special guest, holy cow, I got awesome notes, Miss Melanie. I don't know about you guys. Like, I was excited about the hair care product, but are you like already all excited like it's brand new again? That was fabulous information. I love the 6 steps that, I mean, you know, because it's not like we don't know it, but, you know, now we get to really look at it and address it and think, oh my gosh, all those things are affected. And then it's so cool when you said with the oil puddles, but the cycler, and it's also the cycle of the life cycle of the body. And all of those things affect, and that's where the rest of our products come hand in hand to work well in synergy with our skincare and our hair care products. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Miss Melanie.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
So y'all, thank you so much. We are like right on time. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you got some good nuggets out of this, and you guys go have a fantastic week, and we will talk to you soon. It's a wrap.